Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world-class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought-provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another episode, a strategy session of Personal Mastery Training. All right, this one is a powerful experience that I had just recently, a few weeks ago. A friend, I would call him, a man that I knew for the past, I'd say, almost 40 years. I met him years ago. He was a father of one of the dancers at the studio that I started dancing at when I was 16 years old. And this man was always so engaging, so supportive, so friendly that he really left an impact on me and everyone that he came in contact with. And he has been the most consistent person. His personality is consistent because, sometimes when you see someone, you see the outside self and you realize there's an inside self that's not in alignment. No, this person seemed to me, anyways, that he was in alignment every time I saw him. And this is over almost 40 years. So unfortunately, he passed away. He was 81 years old. And I attended his funeral. And funerals are always a very interesting place, an experience, because, it gets you thinking about all kinds of scenarios, from going introspective and thinking about your own life, or thinking about their life, or thinking about what does life mean, and thinking about your existence and how fast time flies. There's all kinds of conversations, how you should change your life sometimes, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, it could go on and on, the different scenarios and paths you go down in life. But here's what this one sparked in me, this experience at this funeral. As I sat there and I looked around at by the time we arrived, there was parking was full. People were parking on the street. People were parking on the road, and everything was full. They had an upstairs balcony, and it was full. It was being live streamed, and the whole 9 yards. This man did well. He did well, and his two people spoke. Well, a few people spoke, but really two stuck out in my mind: his daughters, and his nephew. They really spoke. And what was powerful for me was it wasn't the typical reading a script and the typical things. My father was this. No, they actually talked about a lot of jokes, and they made you laugh, and then they made you introspect, and it was light. And then at the end, of course, it was impactful when they had to finally say goodbye, and the final goodbye to him, at the end. And it was just enough of everything to make you think, wow, this man really left an impact. And this is the funny thing. Everything they said was so true. It was so in alignment, whether you knew him for a minute or whether you knew him for almost 40 years, or like his kids, they knew him for a very long time, obviously their entire life. And it was in alignment. And I didn't know this man as his family did, but all I knew was everything they were saying. I'm nodding my head going, yeah, that was him. That was him. And I was impressed because, again, sometimes you see one side of someone and that's not what truly is going on. So I was really taken back by it. But here's what I got from it. Here's what I took away from it. The title of this one is called, I've Never Seen a U-Haul Behind a Hearse. And I heard Denzel Washington say that quote, so I'm not going to take that. And he probably got it from somewhere else, but that's who I heard it from. And as I'm thinking about life and I'm sitting in there and everyone's talking about this man's legacy that he left behind, and I'm introspecting, I'm looking around at all the people and the jokes they were making, they weren't just sad. They were joking about his life and how he made everyone else laugh and how he was a jokester and then how he was everything and but stern, and then he was all supportive, and I could just match up everything. So I started to think about it, and I thought, man, here we are. We're out here chasing stuff. We're chasing the trappings of life, the vacations, the cars, the paying off the bills, the loans, the everything. We're chasing stuff right now. Some of us, anyways, most of us, in the middle ages, of life, when we move from leaving high school and into the workforce, into college, into the workforce, we're chasing stuff. We're building up our nest egg. We're securing the bag for the future, and we're going after the trappings. And at the end of the day, when I look at this man and what was no one talked about what he earned, what he owed, what he acquired. None. They were just talking about the impact he made on them, the the legacies leaving behind. And I also remember my own grandmother when she passed away. I remember her house, a small little house, probably 1,000 square feet, and it was always filled. The basement, the main floor. There was a couple of cars in the garage, in the parking lot, in the driveway, and all of that stuff. Near the end, when I went to visit her in the home she was in there with two or three other women, and all she had was a night table in the corner, her single bed, and some pictures of everybody that she loved all around. So it makes me think about, here we are, we live two lives. We should aim for two lives. One, I'm not saying not to go after the stuff. That's fun. That's fun. The accolades, feed your ego, pump your brakes, go after set the goals. I'm all about that. I'm never going to tell you not to do that. This is not what this is about. But I'm saying we should straddle between two lives. One, the stuff. Chase it. Go for it. Set your goals. Be relentless. Be in pursuit of it. Make yourself come alive. Gain it. Whatever it is, go for it. Go all in. Do it. However, don't lose sight of the eulogy. Don't lose sight of what you want people to say about you. Don't lose sight of the impact that you want to make, because that's what it truly is all about. So go ahead, chase down the salary, the increased salary, the 6 figure, 7 figure, 8 figure, whatever. Chase it down. It's fun, but don't lose sight of the legacy. Don't lose sight of the eulogy. Don't lose sight of what people are going to say when you're gone. Are you going to fill the church? Are you going to jam the parking lot? Are people going to park on the road to get in to see you on your final, or spend that time to say a few kind words? Because I know in my life, my father didn't leave that legacy. My father died probably 2 or more years later. We found out that he was alone. Someone found him. He was John Doe. And so it makes me always think about, what am I leaving behind? What is the legacy? What are people going to say? What are people? Robin Sharma has a book out called Who's Going to Cry When You Die? And that impacted me. So I've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. So yes, go after all the things you want right now. It's fun. Drive that nice car, getting that nice home, the clothes, I love new cell phones and Apple, and getting my little toys. Love it. And I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm not going to lose sight of the eulogy, what I want people to say about me, the real deal. I'm never going to let those trappings override my duty to serve, my duty to be kind, my duty to get up every day and do my best to make an impact. Because that's the true meaning of what this game's about. So straddle between the two. Go after what you want, but don't miss the real win. The real win is the legacy you leave behind. So let that be, Mr. Murray, in honor of you, my friend. I appreciate the lesson you taught me, and I appreciate the legacy you left behind because you impacted me. I wasn't as close to you as your nephew and your daughters were, but man, everything they said was in alignment with the moments that you touched me. So, in honor of you, my friend, appreciate you. And there you go. I shared the lesson with the rest, and whoever will hear this, let that be lesson to you, because I've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse. All right, until next time. The real deal is the legacy you leave behind. All right. Okay. Peace. I'm out.